Being a rapper is a dangerous job, and rolling with security is always a good idea. But sometimes, rappers get caught lacking and end up getting pressed for real. And today, we're taking a look at some of the biggest artists in the game who weren't moving right and got checked by goons. Let's get right into it. Young Buck and 50 Cent have been going at it for years. They used to be in G-Unit together after Young Buck replaced Tony Yayo, but they had a wild public beef that's still going on today. A couple months ago, a 50 Cent fan ran into Buck in the store and tried to check him. He asked Buck what was up with him and 50, and Buck just told him to stop recording. That's when the 50 fan said something about fighting, and Buck said they weren't going to be throwing down. He told the dude he had something in the car for him, and the guy said he had something in the car too. Luckily, nobody got hurt, but the situation could have gone bad fast. You never know what'll happen when dudes start trying to check other rappers for a little bit of clout. And Young Buck's really about that life. Back in 2000, he survived getting shot multiple times when his house was robbed, and in 2012, somebody tried to take him out again in a drive-by. Hopefully, clout chasers leave Buck alone from now on. He's over 40 years old and should be able to buy groceries without dudes starting problems with him. Rico Reckless is a rapper from Chicago who's famous for beefing with damn near everyone in the city. He came up as a Black Peace Stone, but later he decided to start his own crew and stop banging sets. He got the name Reckless after he tore up the streets looking for the dudes who shot his mom and sister. But a few years ago, he got caught lacking in the gas station and almost got shot too. Rico ran into a dude named 100K Tuck in the gas station, and everything was cool at first. Tuck was filming and showing them all chilling while he pulled out his strap and aired it out in front of the camera. After Rico went to leave the spot, 100K Tuck told his homies that he was gonna press him. In another video, Tuck walks up to Rico's whip with his burner out and asked him if he was dissing the GDs. Rico turned around and looked at the dude, and as soon as he saw the gun, the dude driving the whip smashed off. Luckily, Rico made it out of the situation without any issues, but that's not the only time he almost died at the gas station. Last year, Rico ran into some fans who wanted to take a pic. At first, Rico was cool with it, but then he shut the situation down after one of the dudes made a joke about robbing him. Rico hopped in an Uber to leave, and when they pulled out, somebody back at the gas station started letting off shots. Rico got hit in the back, but the wound wasn't that serious and he made a full recovery. Hopefully he started moving differently at gas stations, because obviously Rico can't avoid the drama. TJX6 is a rapper from Detroit who invented the genre of scam rap. He blew up with the track Dark Web back in 2019, where he talks about stealing identities and credit card fraud, but it didn't take long for the scamming to catch back up to him. A couple of years ago, TJ posted Lil Baby's ID on social media and said he was going to get rich off his name. Fans warned him to take the post down because Baby was really about that life, but TJ didn't listen and kept it up. Then a few days later, TJ was shopping at Lenox Mall in Atlanta when a bunch of goons ran up on him. A viral video came out showing TJ running away while the dudes tried to put hands on him. And later he hopped on IG Live.
Man, when you gotta run, man, sometimes you gotta run, bro.
People were clowning him like crazy over the video, but TJ said he was outnumbered like 10-1 and wasn't gonna hang around just to get beat up. It's not clear if the goons was with Lil Baby or not, but the timing of how it all went down definitely lines up. Travis Scott and Young Thug were touring together back in 2015, and they ended up running into some serious trouble in Virginia. According to witnesses, Travis Scott hopped on stage and started dissing Trey Songz in his home state. The local goons weren't cool with Travis, disrespecting their hometown hero, and after the show, they tried to check Thug and Travis. Videos started going around showing a bunch of dudes surrounding their tour bus after the show. The bus was stopped in the middle of the street, and they all walked around trying to get Thug and Travis to come out. Luckily, nobody got hurt, and both Thug and Travis got away, but it was a situation that could have gone left fast. Dissing other rappers on stage usually ain't that big of a deal, but apparently the goons in Virginia are riding hard for Trey Songz and won't let anyone play with his name. Wack 100 is known for constantly being on Clubhouse talking about all kinds of nonsense, and earlier this year, it ended up getting them checked. Wack was talking to some alleged bloods from New York, and the situation started getting heated. That's when one of the goons told Wack that they knew where he was staying. Wack tried to call Cap at first, but then the dude started describing the spot.
It's the garage. It's the garage. Two pit bulls in the garage, my nigga, with a little studio. You know what I'm talking about? Stop playing with me.
Wack's whole attitude changed when the dude started talking about it. He tried to say he didn't know anything about the spot they were talking about, but you could tell by his voice that it had him shaken up. That wasn't the only time Wack got checked on Clubhouse this year. Back in October, 21 Savage hopped on and pressed him, and Wack started spreading rumors that 21 was working with the cops. 21 checked Wack for calling him an informant, and they started going back and forth about the issue.
I can't go to court for immigration if I got an open gun case. They will give you your time, let you serve your time, then deport your ass.
That's when 21 decided to leave because he thought Wack was just using it for content.
You know this shit was gonna get f***ed up.
I'm gone. You can't do that.
You is content, you rat ass.
Wack can diss whoever he wants on Clubhouse, but if he messes with the wrong people, the issues might catch up to him in real life. YK Osiris has probably been checked more than any other artist in the game. Lil Baby checked him over 5 bands that YK owed him. Drake pressed him over 60K and made him sing as a joke to clear out the debt, and some real street goons have pressed him too. Back in 2020, a viral video came out showing dudes in Canada pressing him at the mall for not checking in. YK tried to avoid him by hanging out in the store and had mall security walk him out so the dudes couldn't get to him. Then almost the same thing went down at a mall in Miami. YK was walking through the mall when a bunch of local goons tried to press him. They followed him through the mall and challenged him to box, but YK just ignored them and kept it pushing. Luckily, he had security with him and he made it out of the situation without getting hands put on him. YK apparently isn't welcome in a lot of cities. In 2018, his bus was shot up after a show in St. Louis. It's not clear who tried to take him out or why they wanted to, but it seems like YK knows how to make enemies everywhere. Charleston White is always sending wild shots at people online, and when some goons caught up to him in Dallas, the situation almost went left. It's not clear how it all went down, but a video came out showing Charleston getting surrounded outside of a gas station one night. Instead of trying to handle the situation himself and risk getting beat up or shot, Charleston just called the cops and let them take care of it for him. In the second video, Charleston is seen pacing around the parking lot, yelling at the cops.
He put the gun in the car, a silver gun. He gave it to one of them. He had me surrounded with his gang buddies.
But that wasn't the first time someone tried to check him, and Charleston pulled a crazy move. Back in July, Soulja Boy and his crew tried to walk up on him, but Charleston pulled out some pepper spray and maced all of them. Soulja and a bunch of other people clowned him over it, but obviously, it worked for Charleston. Pulling out pepper spray in a fight might be looked down on, but it was definitely an easier way to handle the situation instead of throwing hands or letting off shots. Lil Wayne is a legend in the game who has love everywhere he goes, but when you become one of the biggest rappers in history, you're gonna have some haters too. And back in 2014, an LA goon tried to check him outside of the club. Wayne was leaving the supper club with Christina Milian, and they were surrounded by security, but that didn't stop a dude walking up and pressing him about checking in. The dude told Wayne,
"You better check in, Magic, ain't some gangster, crip, straight up."
Wayne just ignored the dude while security kept him separated. And after he drove off, the Crip said,
"Can't say shit. You gonna call who you want to, man. Bird, man, anybody."
What made the situation so funny is that nobody was taking the goon seriously. Wayne barely looked at the dude, and even the security knew he wasn't a threat. If you're gonna try to press one of the most successful rappers in the game, you better come correct, or you'll just end up looking like a fool on camera. 6ix9ine is one of the most hated rappers in the game after he flipped on his crew and worked with the cops. Before snitching, he already had a lot of enemies out there, but now, way more people want to see him get touched. Last year, 6ix9ine went back to Brooklyn, and some random goon tried to check him. They were both sitting in their whips in the middle of traffic, and the dude started screaming about 6ix9ine being the rat. Then 6ix9ine posted his own video where he told the dude to get out of the car and move on him.
Get out the car and move on me. Get out the car and move on me. Get out the car and move on me.
But obviously, neither of them really want to smoke, because they both just stayed in their whips and yelled at each other. A lot of people have talked about putting hands on 6ix9ine, but he's still out there doing all the same stuff as before, and nobody's really checked him yet. He's had a few run-ins, but people were acting like he had a death sentence in the streets after he snitched. Somebody might really try and run down on him for clout at some point, but for now, he's still moving like he always has.